what I want to talk about is what it is that you need to give up in order to get what it is that you really want. There's always something. And for me, I'm using myself as a personal example here. I really don't like doing domestic chores. I don't like doing the laundry or chopping up the vegetables for food prep. I don't like cleaning up. I don't like having to wash everything and unpack the groceries and put it away. I do it because I have to. It's just part of, something you have to do in life, but I really don't like it. And one day I was spending a lot of time doing that, all the domestic chores. And I just remember feeling, I just wasn't happy. I was like, I feel like I'm just wasting my time. So I thought about it and I thought, well, what could I do? How could I delegate this or give it up or give it to somebody? And so the choice of the thing that I decided to give up was things that cost me extra money, like going to Starbucks for a cup of coffee, stopping and having a drink at happy hour with friends, going out to eat for lunch, multiple times a week, maybe even going out for dinner. Dinner's really expensive, isn't it? Because I had to do something in order to get what I wanted. And what I wanted is I wanted some help. And I wanted some house help, domestic help. And I called an agency and I found somebody that would do the work. And she came over. I remember I was so happy because she said, I love being in the kitchen. I used to own a restaurant for 10 years. I love folding the laundry. I love doing things around the house. This is what brings me happiness and joy. And she sings well. She's working and she's always got a smile on her face, which is so different than my experience, working in the house. So I hired her. It was $120 for 4 hours. She comes one time a week, but it's $120 once a week, so I had to give up something, to keep in the budget, to keep in my budget. So that's what I gave up. I looked at myself really long and hard and said, okay, what can I do differently to free up some cash flow so that I can do this exchange? And the real exchange is my exchange of discontentment, and sometimes quiet discontentment. You don't want to complain about it because you got to do it in order to get what I wanted. So that's what I did. I gave up spending frivolously on food, drinks, coffee, and I saved way more than $120 because you're so busy. You're just out there running around and eating out all the time. And I also lost a little weight, in the process. So if you're somebody who's looking for a little bit of happiness in a way that you can, control it and you can create it, that's a good example, is to take a good look at your life and say, what is it that I can give up? In this case, I was giving up time out and money out. And instead I hired domestic help to unpack the groceries, clean the vegetables, chop them all up, make some food for me every week on Mondays. And I don't even have to cook most of the days during the week. If I do, it's only a 10 or 20 minute cooking time because I already have all the prep work done. So it brings me great happiness. And I have her on Mondays, which is a day which was usually not that pleasant for me. And now it's real pleasant. I'm happy.